Hello, hello, hello! Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to SimRail. Yes, today we are going to be playing SimRail again. There's been a new patch. I believe there is a brand new wagon that we can pull in this one. I think it was UACS. Yeah, I think that's how it's called. Well, that's a code name. Wow, King of Viking. Thank you for follow. Thank you for follow. Wow, so many people in the chat. I guess SimRail is really popular. That's quite unusual. Right, hello everyone. Hello everyone. Who do we have here, by the way? Alex Lindstrom. Hello, hello. Welcome to the channel. Oh, you are from Sweden. Nice, nice. Raliev, hello. Railjet, hi. Tankist, yes, there we go. You are here. I've seen you. You've been playing SimRail a lot, so yeah. No wonder, no wonder. King of Viking. Finally, well, I'm not the only one. I believe Bolt was streaming SimRail like yesterday, I believe. And he's also doing that, so yeah, I'm not the only English-speaking streamer from this game, and yeah. You haven't seen anyone else? Oh my goodness me! So you should check out Bolt's channel on Twitch. I believe it's called Bolt Railway Dog. I can't remember if I got the right link. But yes, he's also streaming SimRail and other train stuff. Right, anyway, chat. It's time to play some trains, yes. Today I am aiming to drive something, and hopefully it's gonna be one of the freight trains with the new wagons. But whether I'm gonna catch it or not, that's a different story, because I'm not quite sure which services are going with the new wagons. I had it for a minute today, but I failed to notice the number, so it's it's gonna be difficult to catch it. What's my main server? I play on various different servers, to be honest. Mostly EN1, although I hate the concept of not being able to close the tracks. So whenever there's EN, I believe 9 or 8 available, I prefer to play there. But I think today it was not on. Basically, SimRail team is turning servers off if they are not used. Because if you log into the forums, you can see server utilization, and it's usually quite low compared to the number of servers that they had. So they turned some of them off, and they turned them on if there is higher utilization. So it all depends on traffic. Today, wow, I can actually say that, yeah, it's quite busy. EN2 seems to be quite empty. Let's have a look. Is EN1... okay, EN1 isn't too bad. There's 36 drivers, 17 dispatchers. Yeah. Nice, nice. So I might try and jump there. Hopefully we will catch the correct train. Anyway, let's jump into the proper window, shall we? Which one is this? There we go. That's much better. Right, so let's jump on EN1. So whoever is playing, feel free to play along. We might find each other on the tracks. Right, I shall be driving. And wow, there's Not much choice, to be honest. We got TME. Meshkov. This is already at Danduvka. Volbrom, nah. Arshnica, nah, that's... this one is already on Swavkov, dear lord. I don't even know where that one is going. No, this one is going to finish in 9 minutes. That's... I really don't want to drive one of those Warsaw services. MPE. Where are you going? Grodzisk Mazowiecki, and he's heading to Warsaw. Nah. This one's gonna finish soon. That's... oh, S41 was taken. S1, and... this one's heading to Warsaw. What do we have? What do we have? Yeah, I think all the freight services are taken pretty much. At least the ones that I'm interested in. That's Dragon 2. That's interesting. I like the new liveries. I think they added like 3 or 4 different liveries right now for Dragon, so that's really cool. Oh, there's like a new... what is that? Kovno to Sędziszów. So now... oh, this one is new. Okay, let's try it. Let's try it. It's gonna be like 2.5 hour service, so that's reasonable, I'd say. I'm not sure where this thing is going. I haven't really paid attention to it, but those services are usually fun. Although I am not the best at driving Dragon. Okay, so this one is heading from Sędziszów. Zephyr, hello, welcome to the stream. I hope you'll have a great time today. Right, let's turn this thing off. Okay, so we are on channel 4. I can... but I actually switched... control panel lighting. You are at Julius. Good to hear, good to hear. Close main switch. Okay. I completely forgot where I had my controls for... oh dear lord. It's been ages since I've driven this one and I forgot where is my cruise control. Well, I know where it is in the cab. But where did I put it? Oh, there was a sign and I missed it. I believe it was like 40. Oh dear lord, oh dear lord. Which button was it? There we go, and... dear lord, I completely forgot my own controls. I really need to standardize that. Okay, that's 120, so that's good. Okay, ah, there we go. I knew it is somewhere. Okay, when I got, since I got this one done, I think everything is set up. We're good to go. Now I can focus on driving for a change. I still can't remember what was the speed limit displayed on that sign. I noticed the sign. That's a good thing, but I wasn't paying really attention. I wasn't really paying attention to what was the actual speed limit on that sign. And I don't want to just fly it like at 70 or 80 kilometers per hour and just realize that, oh, it's like a 50 or something. Oh, well, I haven't changed that. Looks like I have empty wagons. Yeah, probably. Let's have a look. I am moving very slowly. Yes, those are empty hoppers. Right, technically that should be a high-speed route, so I shouldn't be... Well, it shouldn't be a problem. Can't spell very tired. Driving through checkpoint late. Okay, I'm 4 minutes late. Oh no. I should be able to make up that sign. Quite easily, chat. Quite easily. Okay, and what I will do... Oh, okay, there we go. That's much better. Now you can see the whole screen. Okay, so I am now approaching Cosworth, is it? Yeah, I think it's gonna be Cosworth. Okay, so I will be late again. Not a big deal though. So how is everyone doing, chat? How was your week? Mine was pretty good. I actually passed a theory test for trucks, so that's a good start. And hopefully soon I will be able to get behind the wheel. Oh, nice, nice. Oh, come on, the station's name are not that difficult. Okay, we are going downhill. Nah, it's nothing that they can't learn. There's quite a lot of English people playing this game. There we go. That's 100 and it should be followed by 90, I believe. Yeah, this is 90. Yes, it is. It is, and it's gonna be better. I've seen some screenshots from American, well, screenshots. Like developers recently shared like a model for Canadian Pacific. I can't remember what was exactly the model of the locomotive. But yeah, they are doing that. So that's nice. Okay, let's slow down a bit. Down to 40, that's good enough. So basically this update added, from what I remember, they added Katowice station, so that people can dispatch in there. There's 2 other stations, but I can't remember where they are and what they were. It's one of those, well, 2 of those. Oh, not sounding warning signal. Oh, I missed the sign. What else? They added some new liveries for Dragon. They added a new wagon that you can pull as a freight train. And I believe that's it. And obviously they made some bug fixes along the way, so... Yeah, 2 new stations. They are very close to Warsaw right now. So I'm quite sure that soon we will see Warsaw added. I'm mostly waiting for some stations around St. Rzeszów and in this region where I'm driving. I really like those tracks, and this area in general, for me, it's more interesting than Central Railway Line, but everyone has its own like best area, I guess. Flex, yes, I am playing in multiplayer on EN1 server. Okay, I don't want to rush too much, because I'm expecting a red light. That is a large yard. So yeah, from new stuff, that's probably it, and everything else is just bug fixing and stuff. So that was the update in general. I was also hoping for something better, but hey, it is what it is. Right, I'm driving so slow that I have a feeling that when I get to that semaphore, it will already be showing green. Technically, I'm late, so I think I shouldn't be going too slow. There we go, there's another freight train, so he's just pulling in. And probably as soon as I go past the semaphore, he's gonna get green light. And as soon as he's gonna go past the semaphore that he had to cross, I'm gonna be let out, because I was probably waiting for him to get in. Although, just to make sure, it's still showing red, is it? Yes. Oh, no, I can actually carry on. Just as I predicted. Exit at 40 and back to line speed. It's not a pulse throttle, it's anti-slip system. So basically these bars are representing each axle and the load on each axle, and when they start slipping, they will start fluctuating, and you know that they are slipping. So if I would add too much power, obviously right now it won't work because I'm using cruise control. But if I would set cruise control to let's say 70 or 80 and apply full throttle, I am very likely to wheel slip because this locomotive is just so strong, and that's why it feels like it's a pulse throttle. You just need to be gentle with it, and that's it. Okay, it's still radio 4. And I believe that the next speed limit is 60, is it? Yeah, if it's tunnel, it's gonna be 60. That's the thing about this this route. There's a lot. Oh, okay, that's 111. That's even better. So I can now fully speed up. Yeah, that's the thing about this route. It's very technical, and you really need to pay attention to the speed limits because they change, and eventually you will come across sections which are limited to like I don't know, like 50, 60 kilometers per hour and something like that. Okay, so far so good. No issues. Okay, there was no cars on the crossing for a change. It's good to see that the game is really improving. It's really nice to see that those things are not being left over. And I remember that when I was traveling along this route for the first time, there were multiple instances of cars just going past the barriers and just ignoring them and stuff like that, and that doesn't make the game look so good. So it's good to see that those things are really improving. Okay, I'm doing 61 and we are now approaching tunnel. I remember that there is always that nasty speed limit. I think it's 60 somewhere here, but I couldn't see any signs. Okay, this is a full speed. That's 100. Oh. Could it be that there is no speed limit? Yeah, I think we are safe. Okay. That was 40 or 60. And I know that all semaphores on tunnel station are limiting to 60. So we might as well slow down. There we go, we are doing 55, which is safe. Well, I have to say that driving Dragon is very easy. This locomotive pretty much drives itself. You don't really need to do much. You might just give it a touch on the cruise control, and yes, as expected, 60 with speed limit going up after I get through the junctions. Okay, we don't really need to do much for this neutral section. And there we go, there is permanent speed limit of 60, so I don't really need to change my speed. So now I can relax. Is it really much more difficult on a signal box? I know there are some new services, but have they really changed it? So is it so that well, so much harder? Like, I would hope for that, but obviously, so far dispatching was like very easy. Oh, there we go. We got new livery for Dragon. There we go, 40, and there's another 40 incoming. They really need to fix those signs. This one was like, there were two signs, one behind another, and that's that shouldn't be like that. Or eventually, if the signs would be on the same post or pole, there would be like one above another or something like that. They wouldn't be just hiding. It can get really busy, okay. But is it really busy? Because, yeah. Previously that was the case only when there were some delayed trains and you had to squeeze someone along another train that was scheduled, and that created some problems. But yeah, that was it. And if everything was running on time, especially on EN1 server, where people can't close the tracks and create some events, then, you know, it was really boring after a while. You might as well jump on the empty server and dispatch with bots, and that would work the same. By the way, I have a feeling that this car behind me was trying to cross the crossing while I was on it, and I don't think this should work like that. I think he went past the barriers, but that's just my feeling. Mihao, hello, welcome to the stream. I hope you'll have a great time today. My goodness me, to be honest, there's so many new faces. Fabin, FSN Rambo. Nice to see you guys. Right, the question is, what is the length of my train? I believe if I assume $500 meters, that should be correct. So I should be able to increase the speed now. There we go. Still only 50, because that was the last speed limit that we went past through. Yeah, he went past the barriers. Yeah, I had a feeling like that, so there's still at least one crossing that developers need to fix. Although, were there really barriers, or was it another crossing like this one, without barriers, just with the lights? I should definitely try dispatching. Well, I'm hoping to catch Katowice, but obviously since developers reduced the number of servers, it will probably take like 2 or 3 weeks before I will be able to jump on Katowice, and it will probably be on one of the less utilized servers. Because yeah, on EN1 catching Katowice, that means I would have to connect exactly on the dot when the server gets restarted, and even then it's not guaranteed, because yeah, last time I had similar luck with Sosnowiec Główny. I managed to jump in on Sosnowiec Główny, and the game bugged. I wasn't able to operate the station, so I had to disconnect. And when I disconnected, someone else took it. So, hey, that was fun. But yeah, I'm hoping to catch one of those big stations, because obviously, like, the game is fun mostly on those stations, like Katowice, Sosnowiec Główny, Zawiercie. Those three are definitely the most attractive stations at the moment. What else do you have? There's really not much else of a choice. Opoczno Południe is really fun. From main railway line, but again, it's kind of quiet. The only complication is basically a couple of services that need to stop on the platform, and obviously you have only one platform for two direction. Grodzisk Mazowiecki, I haven't really tried it yet. I might give it a shot. I know there is like a junction to like another railway line, and you have to direct trains in different places. So yeah, that might be fun. What else? Psary, I think. I think Psary can be fun, because you have to divert trains from railway line, from central railway line to this one, to tunnel. I believe there are Pendolinos heading to Krakow, and a couple other trains that are merging into this line. But how does that work? I can't remember. So yeah, those are stations that, those are signal boxes that can be fun. Łazy, of course, yeah, Łazy are kind of fun. Empty stock movement of EN76. Oh, nice. Although I'm not really fan of those empty stock movements. I know there is a truck service that is moving like empty wagons, and it looks like it's a passenger service, even though it's just the trucks pulling wagons that needs to be put on a siding. Warsaw main station is, Warsaw Central is basically not as fun as you might think. I think Warsaw West will be the main station to dispatch in here, because that is the fun one. Warsaw Central, you won't even see the tracks, because the dispatch, basically the dispatching table is hidden underground, because the station is underground. So you probably won't even be able to see the trucks and trains passing through this station, unless there is like a monitor with cameras, and that's probably it. Right, we are just passing Harsznica, and we are now heading to Gajówka. Yeah, it's fun to have some heavy freight trains. The problem is that it would be great if that timetable to my left would contain information about train weight and length, because those are things that I should know as a driver. On top of that, maximum speed for this train in general should also be displayed. At least that, because the rest you can find from the signs, but obviously I can't drive this train faster than like I believe 70 or 75. Okay, we are now approaching 30. So this is gonna be fun. EC services now also use trucks. Oh, nice, nice, nice. So that's one positive change, but obviously all the EC services were taken, more or less. So yeah, it's hard to catch them. So with trucks, are they still limited to 120? I think with trucks they should be like... Yeah, they should be allowed at 160, in fact. I'm not sure if trucks can reach 200, but... Yeah, I'm quite sure that with trucks they should be able to reach 160. There we go, that's 30. Ooh! Nice! So they changed that TLK service, and it now pulls the correct wagons instead of those intercity ones. It actually has like those green and red wagons. That's really nice. That's really nice to see. Dąbrowa Górnicza Ząbkowice is around the corner. Well, they've been working on that station for quite a while now. Like, what? The first screenshots from it were in February, March, probably. So I'm not sure what's the hold-up, but yeah, Dąbrowa Górnicza Ząbkowice is gonna be another fun station. Okay, well, I'm getting some whistle, but I'm not getting any notification. What's going on? Why isn't this working? Well, technically, yes, if we want to go deep into English terminology, it's technically couches, yes, or coaches, so that's same stuff. We all know what it is. Right, back to normal speed. No, not for long, I see. Oh, we had a wheel slip there. To be honest, I don't think it's gonna happen in the summer. The game still needs some polishing, but it's getting close. It's getting really close to the full release. I believe that, I don't know, third quarter of the year, and they should be able to more or less fully release the game. Maybe announce another DLC, since they basically already technically announced 2 of them. So we will have that German route. I can't remember what was it, but it's gonna be diesel route. And we got that route in Minneapolis that they basically announced, like what, today? So there's gonna be 2 DLCs for this game at least. I'm not sure whether they're gonna be paid, free. I think they're gonna be paid DLCs, to be honest. And yes, Tankist, I'm planning to stream Dire Valley when it releases. I'm looking forward to that, actually. But it all depends on my time, because yeah, right now I'm working on a few different projects. Like I'm trying to get that truck driving license, and I'm working towards that. I also got to finish my apprenticeship. Basically, I'm just waiting for the last exam, and that's it. And that's gonna happen on 14th of June. And then I'm hoping to start thinking about changing my job, because eventually, like, all that stuff was done just to, like, eventually change my job. So yeah, I might actually be quite busy in that period. So it all depends how my schedule will change and how it will be affected. But yeah, I am really looking to stream more games and stream more in general. There we go, that's 50. I think we went far enough behind that speed limit, so we can now speed up to 50. To be honest, American freight routes are really fun. At least the ones that I could play with in Run 8, that was really fun, and I really enjoyed it. To be honest, I need to get back to streaming Run 8, because it was really fantastic. And I really had a lot of fun trying to learn how to drive these super long trains, because yeah, Americans are just crazy, and like having a train that is over a mile long is absolutely crazy. That's like 7,000 tons. So yeah, that's really something to pull, and that's the game where you can really drive freight trains, to be honest. I mean, yeah, it's pretty much normal across the Europe. Like, I'm not sure about that. Well, even in Russia, the railway lines are pretty much private, more or less. There's a train length counter in Dragon. To be honest, I've never actually used it. Is it? I don't even know how to use it, to be honest. Does it even work? Oh, I see. So they are nationalized in Russia. I thought they are private. Although, yeah, it's, well, private. I'd say. Yeah, it's like, pretty much the owners are probably very closely associated with like Moscow and Kremlin anyway, but Oh, nice. I didn't know about that. Oh dear lord. Oh, nice, nice. So they got separate railways in Yakutia. Oh. Oh, okay, so it's gonna ping. Oh, that's really scary. Wait, so can I actually check what's the length of my train? Okay, so it's roughly like 460 meters. Okay, good to know, good to know. See, chat, you learn every day. Thank you very much. Can I check your messaging game? Probably not. I am only reading my chat. That's it. And even that is distracting enough. Oh, there we go. Dear Lord, that sound is so confusing. Because it's exactly the same as Alerter, and it's super loud. I don't know, I think I prefer the good old methods of just counting the catenary poles, and then I know what, well, roughly what's the distance that I covered already. One other thing that I never really cracked about Dragon as well is how to turn on that diesel engine that we have. I've never really tried to play with it, but I know you can use like a additional diesel engine. Is that this one? Like I can probably switch it somewhere on this screen. Okay, on this one both cars were stopped. By the way, chat, what other countries do you hope to see in SimRail? So far we got announcement about, well, pretty much standard countries, to be honest, like Germany and US. I wouldn't be surprised to eventually see UK at some point. But do you actually hope to see other countries like, I don't know, Czech Republic or Slovakia or whatever? Australia. To be honest, I don't really know much about Australian railways, but again, it feels like driving on a desert for an entire day, although not entire Australia is covered in desert. I mean, India would be very, very interesting. To be honest, Indian railways, like they do crazy stuff. They do really crazy stuff in there. And when it comes to railways, India is really good at it. So yeah, that would be a good choice, but I don't think anyone is actually doing this. I haven't seen Indian railways featured anywhere, literally anywhere. Not a single game. That is some thick smoke. Is it? But you need to download it from like a mod section and stuff like that, is it? Is it? I don't really know what are the rules on Indian railways, but like sometimes when you look at some videos from like those trains where they are passing through the town center or like a busy market where people are just literally hiding their stalls to let the train pass, that's really fun. That's really fun. Dangerous, but really fun. And you can see those locomotives and they look like the stuff from like a zombie movie or whatever, and they are completely covered in armor, and it's like, wow, that's crazy. I'm not quite sure which country it's I think it was Sweden or maybe Denmark, can't remember. I know there is a railway which has like a much taller catenary, and they carry double stacked containers, and I think it's somewhere in Europe, and that would be fun to see. Oh, I see. Well, I'm not really familiar with anything about Indian railways, to be honest, but it's fun to see that. Well, it's nice to see that it is possible to get a route in there and stuff. I might give it a shot at one point. Right, I'm 9 minutes late. And I don't know why, but I have a feeling that I'm really driving slower than I should. But I couldn't see any signs after that 50 speed limit to tell me that I can drive faster. I know that in opposite direction, this route should have like proper 70 or 80 speed limit. In this direction, it should be slower, but I can't remember the speed limits here. Which again should be covered by timetable, and unfortunately the timetable is probably the most disappointing aspect of SimRail, I can say. That timetable, it looks nice, it fits the theme of like UI, but it would be nice to see that, well, even an option in the settings that would allow me to change this element to like a proper timetable that is just in a very smaller version that will display the train length, weight, speed limits at various checkpoints and stuff like that, and like a proper timetable. That would be really, really nice. To be honest, I'm not sure how easy it is to mod SimRail. I haven't seen any mods for SimRail yet, so I assume that's, yeah, it's not really possible for people to modify it right now. But if I remember correctly, developers promised like a toolkit for that, so at some point people will be able to create their own routes, scenarios, rolling stock, and perhaps dig in the game files and do some basic modding, and then yes, I would love to install or see a mod that will change this ugly timetable, because it's very disappointing. I have to say that timetable in this game, while it looks nice, it doesn't provide me with information that I need, and basically it makes it a bit useless. Nice, nice. And how does the signaling work? Do I play Flight Sim? I used to for a short while, but it's not my game. But yeah, I have Microsoft Flight Simulator. I used to have like a proper joystick to actually play with it. But unfortunately right now I don't have controller, so it's even bigger pain to play like Flight Simulator. So I've given up on it. But maybe in the future, in like few years, I will come back to it. Who knows? Oh, we're going down to 20. I'm afraid I don't have space for that fancy stuff. Like, my flat is really tiny, to be honest. But hey, that's what you're gonna get in the UK. Everything is small. Like 3-bedroom flat. Well, even 3-bedroom flat seems like a very tiny place. Because yeah, everything seems to be downsized in the UK. Oh, so they actually use the same signaling system as UK. That's interesting. Well, okay. Basically, it used to be a UK's colony, so I could have expected that they will inherit traffic rules. To be honest, okay, yeah, some older flats in Poland might have been kind of similar to UK, but like new flats seems to be a little bit more spacious in Poland, from what I've seen. Well, apparently not everyone in the US has like 3 bathrooms. But you can technically find like 2 or 3 bathrooms, flats and houses here in UK. So it's also not unpopular. But you mostly get those terrace houses. They are pretty much everywhere. So it's a very narrow, like yeah, single family house, and it makes some streets to look like copy and paste. Like literally there's a row of houses that look exactly the same. I guess I can now speed up. Well, the speed limit applied only on that crossing for some reason. It might be anything, a damaged track or something like that, or very faulty equipment. I don't know. I'm not here to argue. I mean, technically yes, but if it's like a permanent speed restriction, then it should be included in the timetable. So technically, yeah, that shouldn't matter. On top of that, I am driving a freight train, so I don't really have a strict timetable. There we go, I'm already 12 minutes late anyway. Let's see if I can go up to 65. Might be pushing my luck a little bit, but I think I missed a sign, and that's why I was getting bigger and bigger delay. Because technically I shouldn't be getting that much. There we go, I can... Yeah, I'm doing 64. Oh, okay, now I am violating the speed limit. Oh dear lord. Okay, so that was 60. So I did miss a sign. Just Robban, thank you very much for follow and welcome to the stream. I hope you will have a great time today. Right, I wonder how many signs I missed when I was looking at the chat. The game became awfully quiet and I have a feeling that I missed something. Where are we? We are now approaching Jaroszowiec Olkuszki. Okay. Okay, it's very quiet, so I might watch the window. That's a good question. I'm not sure which diesel locos travel on this route. Very likely, well, pretty much, I think it's gonna be standards at the moment. So you probably can see SM42 moving between stations from time to time. It might be pulling some rolling stock with it, like lighter freight trains and stuff like that. From heavier locomotives, I'm not sure what's still being in use, to be honest. ST43, maybe, if there are still any in use. I think there are. Although it's becoming rarer, well, more and more rare to see like diesel locomotives, especially in this region where everything is electrified. If you go further to the east, closer to Zamość, Lublin, and these areas, that's where you can see more diesel locomotives like SU45s and ST43s, because they are still in use there, as there is no catenary. But here I'm not sure how often you can still see diesel locomotives. But I would still expect to see like SU45, ST43 somewhere, SM42. SM42 is, well, technically it is a light diesel engine and it's mainly used for shunting, yes, but it doesn't mean it can't pull light freight trains, or in some regions it was even used for light passenger services. Like it works perfectly fine with like 2 or 3 coaches. Well, I would assume so. Like SM42 is probably a natural choice for developers to introduce if we want to do some shunting, because yes, it is used quite often around Katowice, and there's quite a lot of these engines. But for mainline operations, yeah, if we're looking at some diesel trains, then I think SU45 would be a nice choice. Although maybe they will introduce that new SM42, the one that was announced, the hydrogen one. I think it's gonna be fueled by hydrogen, and it was announced like, I don't know, last year or 2 years ago. So who knows, maybe developers will get a contract and they will be able to introduce that into the game. That would be fun. Because eventually in the game everything will work. The R204, I think yes, I think it's pretty much the same engine. Right, I don't know why, but I have a feeling that I can drive much quicker than I am right now. So currently I'm doing 54 kilometers per hour, and I think in this region I should be able to drive like 70. Oh, nice. I mean, right, so I'll be honest with you, I don't get that many viewers to actually arrange that big stream to have only subscribers to even be close to filling up the server. So we can always play on the public servers. People will just join on different services, and then we are effectively playing together. More or less, of course, because everyone is driving their own train, and a few of us probably would be able to jump in on a signal box, and that's it. But yeah, multiplayer in this game is not made for like a team play, at least not that much. Maybe like signal boxes, yes, if couple of friends will take like 3 or 4 consecutive signal boxes, then they can really work together and like make things a little bit smoother. But in general, there's not that much communication. Right. I'm not sure if I missed a sign or not. I think I might have missed a sign. Well, in many cases you don't really need to communicate with the driver. If all you have to do is to give him like green signals through your station, then there's absolutely no need to communicate at all. You can see everything on the screens, so you can see where the train is roughly, because there are trackside sensors. You can basically track what the train is doing, so you basically don't really need to communicate with the driver. Eventually, if you see that he's in the last section and you just changed his signal, you might let him know, okay, your signal has changed, you can speed up now, and things like that, because yeah, obviously the driver will expect a red signal or something. Right, I'm getting really worried that I missed a signal and that I can technically travel quicker than I am. But I couldn't see any other signs saying that I can go faster than 60. Okay, so that is a train from Radom to Tychy. It's going to Tychy, then it's going through Katowice. Yeah, I think it's gonna go through Katowice. Or maybe this one is not going through Katowice. I think there is alternative route. Anyway, chats, we are now approaching Olkush. We should be there very, very soon. There we go. We got green signal through Olkush. There we go. Now we are heading to Bukovno. Can I tell which milepost did we pass? If I find any, the last one was covered. And it's really hard to read them, especially at that speed. Oh, there we go. The speed limit will go to 120 now. And the milepost is 45th kilometer, 800 meters. So that's the one that we just passed. But yeah, they are really hard to spot when I don't zoom in the camera. Like, I can't really read them from that distance. Should be able to speed up to 70. 90. Is this train really allowed to do 90? I think 75 is gonna be the limit. I can try it. Well, yeah, it is showing 90. This is really weird. Okay. If I can do 90, although that feels a bit quick for this train. So they changed it. They changed it because this train was limited to 75 last time I tried it. At least with those wagons. And technically... yeah, I'm not here to argue with 90. Well, I will still go 85 because that's safe thing to do with speed limiter. Well, speed limiter with cruise control. Just to make sure that you are at the right speed limit. But it's good to know. It's good to know that it is 90. And again, that thing should be put in the actual timetable, visible in the game. I should be aware of that speed limit. And I wasn't. And there's literally nothing in the game that tells me about it, except that awful UI that you can turn on. But it, again, it shows way too much information for me. And that's why I basically don't use it. But it's a nice guide to check, okay, so that is my actual speed limit. So basically, yeah. Okay, now we're talking. That's the speed. There we go. That's Sławków. Is it? No, that's Bukovno. The next one is Sławków. Oops. Oops, 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 oops. Ah, I was supposed to observe the mileposts. Ah, dear lord. There we go. Oops, 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 oops. That wasn't the best one. Well, that was much quicker than I was supposed to do. Not some. Oh dear Lord. Well, I definitely still need to work a little bit on this route. I need to start scoring those perfect runs without any violations. That's definitely something to work on. You think so? I mean, yes, I have a small feeling and suspicion that brakes in Dragon might be a little bit too sensitive. But on the other hand, I'm pulling quite light train, to be honest. How much is that gonna be? 700 ton probably. So yeah, for a train that's nothing. Oh, there we go. That was, oh, it wasn't alerter, it was information for me that I can get back to 90. But that's the thing, you don't really get heavy loads in this game. I'm not sure if they fixed that, but yeah, last time, if I remember correctly, like freight wagons were loaded at like, what, 30%? So it's still not that heavy train. A full load of coal should be like, what, for a Dragon or trucks, that should be 2,500 tons. But in the game you are pulling like maybe 14, 15. The values should be slightly different for EU07 because that locomotive can pull only 2,000 tons. Oh, you can get 2,000 tons. See, that's another thing. Developers should put that in the timetables. I don't know why it hasn't been done. This is really annoying that when you start a service you can't see the basic information about it. What's the weight? What's the maximum allowed speed for that service? And what's the length of the train? Those three pieces of information should be displayed when you select a service, and it should be put on top of your timetable. I don't need to know that this train goes from Radom to Tychy because both of these stations are not in the game, so why is this information even there? And that is a question I'm always asking myself. Okay, the train number is important. The fact that we are going from Radom to Tychy? Come on, give me a break. I don't really need to know that. Not even the radio channels. Well, okay, you got the signs. Yes, you got trackside signs that will tell you which radio channel you should select. And for most part, you stay on the same. Speed decrease coming at 60. I don't know where we are. 58. So there should be like a sign. Perhaps this time I won't miss it. Ah, there we go. That's 100. Might actually slow down a bit more since we are approaching a station. It's gonna be Sławków. Oh, there we go. That's gonna be 70. And again, those speed limit information signs, I think they rendered them a little bit too small. And they are really, really hard to spot. Another thing that they could do slightly better, I think those signs could be a bit bigger. Yes, EN57 will be amazing. I really hope to try some services with it. Definitely gonna give it a shot when it's released. TI2, yes, that's something that I'm looking forward to. I really want to learn how to drive that steam locomotive. FOV of 52. I can't remember what is my settings. We might look. Well, I might look into that later. I think I got bigger FOV because anything smaller looks really awful on my screen, and I don't feel comfortable with it. But on the other hand, yes, if I will narrow down the FOV, it should make things a little bit bigger. Right, so we are now approaching Dąbrowa Górnicza Wschodnia. And then Dorota, Juliusz, all the signal boxes that can be operated by players. Eye camera tracking. I'm not really fan of that. I got that track IR and I still don't use it, even in this game, even though I could. I know it works. But I don't know, like head tracking doesn't really work well with streaming, to be honest. You would see like literally every single movement of my head. You would also see every single movement of my eye with eye tracking. So every time I look at the second screen to read the chat and stuff like that, you would actually see that on the main game screen, because the camera would still try to track my movements. So I don't think that would work well, especially for streaming. You would have pretty bad watching experience from this. I tried that the other day with Euro Truck Simulator, and you can check out some of my older streams from that. And I don't feel like viewers had really positive experience with that. Although it wasn't too bad, because I tried to limit the movement of my head. But still, every time I had to look at the chat, you could see that basically the camera was moving in, or looking in various different directions, not exactly on the road. So that wasn't quite working as I intended it to. There we go. So that is Dąbrowa Górnicza Wschodnia. Now we are heading to Dorota. Juliusz, Sosnowiec, Dańdówka. And that's the question. Where is it going then? I can't really remember. There we go. Someone is driving. What is that? Who is that? Who is that? Oh, okay. Tankis is dispatching on Dorota. And who was that? Who was that? Who was that? I can't. I can't see. Oh, okay. Joshua 0910. Okay, he was a person that I just went past. Then the next player is nearly 4 kilometers away from me. One 19973. Nice, nice. Okay, we now need to go down to radio 3. There we go. Yes, it basically is a junction. The full name is posterunek odgałęźny, so that means that there are it's a junction between like two different routes, and trains are being redirected in there. There we go. That wasn't long section. Now I need to slow down to 30, and I better do it quick. Also, let's wash the windows. Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me. Look, I gotta fly literally in the place where wipers just don't even go. that is awful. Look, I can't even wash it. Oh no, this is bad. Yeah, it's really lucky, is it? Oops. Is it really crashed? I'm not sure about that. Is it crashing so much right now? I wasn't playing as a dispatcher recently, but back when I was playing, everything worked fine. I think, yeah, there were a few bumps. Luigi Rota, hello, welcome to the stream. I hope you'll have a great time today. Now this is fast. Well, was it that fast? I don't know if that was this fast. Right, chat, so it looks like we wait. I really like that new livery. Cargo units. Although it would be nice if they would use more correct livery for the purpose. So coal hoppers, I would expect them to be pulled by Dragon in PKP cargo livery. I'm not sure if cargo unit trains are actually pulling coal trains. I don't know. They reduced the line speed of EN76.
279 transit given to Julius Post.
Thank you very much. No, thank you very much. See, I even used the wrong button. Right, brakes released. And off we go. Okay. Nicely. The train is rolling on its own. Driving through checkpoint late. Yes, we are 18 minutes late, but hey, that doesn't really matter. And we are approaching 30 km/h speed limit. That's why I'm not really rushing. There we go. Okay, and now we are chilling, chat. Now we are chilling. This route is very slow. We need to switch our radio to radio 5. So let's do that. Well, technically I could change it without even moving the camera if I set it correctly. There we go. Okay, so this one is going through Sosnowiec Znajdówka, Stawiska, and then I can't remember if it actually goes to Sosnowiec Południe and then diverts to Katowice, or how is that route gonna go? I can't remember really. Right, chat, I wonder if we're gonna at least see one of those new wagons today. I was really hoping to go across one of those trains, but obviously I might be on the wrong lane. Oh, okay, that fly is still there. And I can't clean it because Dragon's wipers are absolute garbage. And they don't clean. Let's clean that window. Oh dear lord. Just look at this. Like, I don't know whose idea was this to make the wipers work towards the middle, and they pretty much push all the dirt into that middle spot, creating a pillar out of the dirt. Oh dear lord. Like, genius design 101, I guess. Oh no. It basically, if you use speed 3, it basically means that it will go once and then wait for a while, because it works opposite to how car wipers work. So 1 is the fastest speed, 2 is like 2 is like probably the top speed. Is it going to... No, it's not going to work, is it? Yeah, it's not going to work. Come on, you can do it. Almost. No, it's not working. It's not working. Or maybe... Wait. Is it still there? It is still there. Yes, it is. Ah, that nasty fly. Right, so we should be getting close to Juliusz. Should save a picture of this rare event. I mean, technically, but I don't know. Like, you can see that all the flies in there, all that dirt is pretty much in the middle, and you can't do anything. I can use the roller blind and like try a blindfold challenge, driving without UI and without seeing what's on the road. That would be interesting. I'm sure totally legal as well. Post it on Discord. I mean, and what am I gonna get out of this? It's not that developers can fix a poor design of the locomotive, is it? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Someone's getting mad at Sosnowiec Dandówka. There we go. We got clear passage through Julius. And hopefully higher speed limit. Traveling at 30 kilometers per hour is really making me sleepy. Oh dear Lord. Okay, so this one's going to Stawiska, Katowice, Janów, so... I'm afraid we won't see Sosnowiec Południe and this kind of stuff. Oh, fantastic. We are approaching 20 km/h speed limit. Then another one. So there's gonna be 2. Speed limits like that. I guess my request for higher speed limit wasn't listened. Oh dear, someone actually misrouted a train. Okay, so that's one. We are looking for another one. That's the second one. Okay, so now we are heading to Sosnowiec Znajdówka. Oh, that scared me a lot. That actually scared me a bit. He literally just flew through there. There we go. We got green light. "18 minutes late." Wow, that's nice. That's nice. Oh dear. Okay, we are approaching 30. So let's slow down again. There we go, someone was jumping on top of his locomotive for some reason. So we are going to Stawiska, Katowice-Janów, Katowice-Muchowiec. And where to next? Katowice-Muchowiec. Oh, okay, so we might be going through Zawiercie in this region, is it? Yeah, that would make sense. Wait, is that route really take me through there? Oh, I can't remember anymore. What do you mean a bug? You mean that thing on my windshield? Yes, it is a bug. It is a bug that I can't get rid of. Okay, we should be able to go back to 50. Oh, the jumping guy. No, it's a player. It is just a player who decided to climb on top of his locomotive and just jump. Oh, that's interesting. I don't really get crashes in this game. It runs pretty smooth, even with streaming on. So that's nice. So yeah, so far I think I had like one issue with performance with this game, but that was because I messed up the configuration of OBS at some point, and yeah, the game was really bad at that point. But other than that, yeah, the game runs pretty good on my PC, so I'm happy about it. There we go. 5800X with 3080 Ti. To be honest, I'm not sure what to advise you. Like, maybe it's the fault of the CPU. I don't know. Like, the game runs perfectly fine on 3080. I don't have Ti version, but yeah. But I'm not sure about CPU. I don't really have good experiences with Radeons and AMD. Like, generally every single time I'm trying to work with equipment from this company, something goes wrong and it doesn't work exactly as I want it to. That's why I'm sticking to Intel and NVIDIA, because it's pretty much plug and play. You just plug it and it works. Although it's not the cheapest stuff compared to AMD. You can get really well performing AMD CPU much cheaper than Intel's CPUs. The problem is that you will have substantially more issues with AMD CPUs unless you are really a specialist on configuration of that stuff, because it's like those CPUs are very picky from what I've seen. So you put up you will put in a specific RAM, and then you will realize, oh, okay, but that specific model of RAM stick is not really supported by the motherboard or by CPU, and if that doesn't work, then things will go bad with AMD. That's why I'm not really fan of using those CPUs. Ah, there we go. We are heading to Stashic. That explains everything. I mean, probably they've already did. I wouldn't be surprised. The problem is that, again, it's the thing about AMD. It's like you will get two processors, same model. You will build two pretty much identical configuration. One will work perfectly, and the other one will have issues. And like that's my experiences with AMD, honestly. Like I've seen AMD rigs working perfectly fine, no issues. Like users were perfectly happy about everything, and they had absolutely no problems with it. And then another person had tons of issues. Color Scream, hello, welcome to the stream. I hope you'll have a great time today. So yeah, that's my experiences with AMD. Personally, I built only one rig with AMD in my life, and I'm never gonna do it again. I can tell you that. Not because those are worse processors, but they require a lot of like tinkering, and I hate to do that. Honestly, you will constantly keep changing configuration and experiment with AMDs. So unless you are like a Linus Tech Tips or a person who really likes to like tinker with your equipment constantly, I wouldn't go for AMD. If you are like average user like me, and if you just want to plug your CPU and play the game and have no issues, unfortunately my recommendation is to go for Intel. While it's more expensive, it just works. That's the thing. It just works. And same goes to like AMD and NVIDIA when it comes to graphics cards. Like you go for one of the Radeons, they will be cheaper compared to NVIDIA. But from what I remember, like software for them is really terrible. Maybe it has improved over the years, but yeah, last time I remember, like Radeons had really difficult to navigate software when it comes to drivers and stuff, and there was multiple problems to get things working on them, and I just said no, I don't want that. Right, so we are going to go through Katowice, Mochowiec, KMB, Staszic, Katowice, Kostukna. They have improved a lot. Well, I would expect them to, but providing that they are actually more popular among players, like it's surprising to me. But yeah, it is a very popular company or brand to go to, especially when it comes to CPUs. But yeah, as I said, I really hate to have issues with my PC. I never had any single issue with Intel, and that's probably why I've chosen them. Right, we're going down to 20. King of Viking, south of you. Oh, okay. I'm not looking at the map, because obviously there is no in-game map. And I'm trying to focus on the signs for a change, so that I can actually respond to signs as they... Oh, you are dispatching at Katowice. I don't think I'm even scheduled to go through Katowice, to be honest. I think I will be going around. So my route is taking me through Katowice-Muchowiec, Staszic, Katowice-Kostukna. I don't think I'm even on your timetable. No, you don't, yes. So, yeah, most likely I won't be visiting, I'm afraid. But lucky you got Katowice. I don't think I even have a chance to see Katowice anytime soon. Maybe if they will open like 3,000 new servers, I might catch it. See, the problem with Intels is that's probably their only problem. They are not heat efficient, so they will use more electricity, and yes, they will be performing pretty well. Maybe even comparably to AMD. The problem is that you will really need like strong cooling for them. And that usually comes with the noise and stuff like that, so you need to combat those issues. Because if you get like stronger cooling or like bigger coolers, like faster coolers or whatever, obviously, yeah, you need to sometimes use faster fans and higher fan speeds, and obviously that creates a lot of noise. So that's one of the things that you will be fighting with when using Intels, especially 13th gen. Is it 13th gen? Oh, I can't remember. I think I am currently using 11th gen. Was it? Yeah, if I remember correctly, this is 11th gen, and it's one of those CPUs which has like heat issues, yeah, technically. So I could technically overclock my CPU to make it even faster. I believe I can lock it on like 5 GHz permanently. But yeah, my cooler would have to run at higher speeds constantly to keep it cool. And like right now it's barely moving, and the CPU is cold. From what I can see, it's actually surprising. Graphics card seems to be heating the most. Is it? Oh, I can't remember which color of my keyboard is now indicating which, but yeah. Right, I was supposed to... Oh, yes, I was supposed to do that and wash the window. At least as much as I can. Okay, and we can speed up to 50. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm not really monitoring... Oh, okay, okay. I am going too quick and... Oh, I believe it's 40, okay. And that explains everything. What am I... Oh, yes. I'm not really monitoring specific temperatures because I can't be bothered to configure that. But what I did, well, I got one of those fancy keyboards with backlight on it. And I can configure it. And actually it has configuration that can, well, color code it in which band my CPU and GPU temperatures are. So currently, according to colors of my keyboard, which is like yellow and orange at the moment, yeah, my GPU is pretty much cold. And my CPU is like probably in like 60s or 70s, yes. I believe red was above 80, so it's still not red. So I feel safe. I feel safe about temperatures of my GPU and CPU. Right, we are approaching a stop signal. That's fancy, yeah. That is really fancy. There we go, and there's also 20. See, so for low speed limits like 20, they could make like a proper size signs, yeah. That would be nice along the route. And along the route they put those tiny triangles that you can't even read at the speed that you are passing them next. It's like, seriously, the developers need to get a grip of that. I would love to see those bigger signs. That would be something. Right, let me just drop the speed. You overshot the platform by one car. That's not too bad. It happens. It happens. Okay, I'm gonna slowly roll to that red light. Still got about 200 meters, providing that I just passed a magnet. You need to know speed limits by heart. I mean, like, see, I know that the game has really nice UI and it's gonna tell you everything that you need to know, but like, I would prefer to be able to read the signs, yes? And unfortunately the very important signs are so tiny that they are really hard to spot to begin with. And it makes it really difficult to play this game sometimes. There we go. And now I should put on like a parking brake and release that brake because we don't need it. And I believe we are waiting for this train to go past, and then I will be going on some sort of like a left track maybe. I don't know. There we go, this guy is leaving and I'm bringing in new empty wagons. There we go, that's a lot of information. Radio 3. Okay, and that's 40. I need to remember that. Well, in this area I don't really expect to drive any quick. If you remember SimRail demo and prologue, that's the route. That's exactly where we are. And this place doesn't really have a high-speed route. Oh look, we got people waiting at the crossing. Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. I like that attention to details. There we go, that's 40 gone. Technically I will be able to speed up to 50 now. Okay, not for long. Because next signal is gonna slow me down to 40. There we go, that's 40. And there's another speed limit. What is that gonna be? 30 if we are going in diverging direction. Okay. I assume we are. not going to try and test it. Oh, okay, we are not. And there we go. That's the end of the route. That was 110 kilometers. Okay, 2 hours 42 minutes. So roughly within within the place where we were supposed to be. Okay, so that's. Oh, okay. So 3 more stations. I don't know why, but I feel that for this service they could eventually like make the rest of the routes. It's probably like what, 20 kilometers? Okay, it's still another 20 kilometers to model then. But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Okay, so we joined at NvME. Okay, yeah, that wasn't too bad. We made another 7,000 experience, okay. Not that it really matters. And, well, the graph is mostly green, with some red bits. So, yeah, for large part of the journey, like here, I was traveling at 45 kilometers, even though I could do 60. Then there was like that short section of 20, which was fine. I noticed the sign in here. But I didn't notice when the speed limit was increased from, what is that, 50? Yeah, so this one I noticed. And I wasn't even aware that I could do 60 from now on. Then there was that short section of like 50, whatever. Yeah, I think, yeah, that was 50. And then yeah, this thing. So yeah, I think there's like, okay, I probably missed a sign. If I would see the sign at the correct place. Okay, there was a temporary speed limit violation, but that was, oh, that was this section of 40 after 90. Okay, and then here I was more focused to look at the speed limits, maybe except this one where for some reason I was going like 55 on a 50, but yeah, that wasn't too bad. There are a few things that I need to fix about my driving, and obviously that's where I lost a lot of time. This was pretty much on the spot. Yeah, this was more or less spot on. Okay, maybe not this thing. I missed a sign in here. So yeah, wasn't too bad. Right, chat. That was the new route. Well, new route, so that the route was pretty much the same. I was hoping to find a new rolling stock, but unfortunately that didn't happen. What is that? We've been live for nearly 3 hours. That's not too bad. Let's have a look. Oh, okay. Almost all signal boxes are taken. So, like, wow, it's really busy today. Right, chat. I guess I'm just gonna call it a day. Yeah, that's probably gonna work. So, it was nice to be back in SimRail. Next time I will try to get some signal box, hopefully. But for that I will need to really aim for restart and then probably that would work to catch like proper signal box like Katowice, Zawiercie, Sosnowiec Główny, maybe Łazy, but yeah. I'll see what I can get and perhaps next time I will try to do some signaling or dispatching. Driving is fun. It's definitely fun. It's a nice experience. So if you've just rolled into my channel to have a look how SimRail looks like, that's exactly the game. And yeah, it's really fun to play. You can also play with your friends. Definitely worth buying. From my point of view, it's a game that you should have if you are a rail fan. And yeah, maybe some people might be picky. Oh, there's no UK, Germany, and stuff like that. It's gonna come in. It's gonna come in, and hopefully next time. Well, what am I saying? Yeah, hopefully, like in the future, the game will expand into different countries, and we will see all those features available for other routes like German routes and American routes, perhaps UK routes, and maybe different countries. So we'll see what the future will hold. The game is definitely really good. Right, chat. It was nice to have you with me today, but unfortunately I'm off for another week at least. So thanks for watching. And you know the drill, yeah? Share, like, subscribe, follow, and do all that crazy stuff. And don't forget to join my Discord. All the links are below the player on Twitch or in video description on YouTube. Bye bye!